Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2024. The NFL Divisional Round is concluding as we speak. The Chiefs and the Bills are still playing at the moment. But you guys already know who won, so it doesn't really matter. And we got plenty of news surrounding coaching in the NFL. And then in the MLB, Josh Hader made a surprise move to the Astros. Plenty other free agency news, all that kind of stuff. And then we're only 3 weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait. And and then for college football, we all know it doesn't sleep, especially if you're an Alabama fan. It's probably hard to sleep right now.
Yeah, I get no sleep. None whatsoever.
But there's plenty of things going down in college football as well. So we've got all that for you today. Colin is with me in person in the studio, a.k.a. the basement with sheets on the wall. And Colin, how you feeling?
Feel great.
Feeling great?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, I know a couple of people aren't feeling great, especially who live in Houston, Green Bay, Tampa, and either Kansas City or Buffalo. So, pull up the box score. NFL Divisional Round. First game. It's a clusterfuck, dude. There we go. Yeah, you were blocking the thing. All right. Ravens won 34-10. CJ Stroud, tough game.
Yeah.
I think what this came down to was the Texans got absolutely outcoached in the second half.
Yeah. Well, a big thing was Texans offense just committed way too many offensive penalties.
Yeah.
Whether it was holding or false start, it just cost them.
Definitely. And Lamar Jackson, people kept saying, oh, it was an underwhelming game. He only threw for 152. He ran for 100 yards on 11 carries and had 2 touchdowns. I don't know. Like, I saw this dude. He's like a fucking Tua apologist. He's an absolute Tua glazer. And he was like, if Tua did this, they would say he needs to be replaced right now. If Tua ran for 100 yards, everybody would be like, holy shit, I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, he's not a runner.
Yeah. And then, like, Justice Hill ran for 66 yards. Gus Edwards had 40 yards. Like, they obviously didn't do much in the passing game because Lamar only had 152 passing yards, but he had 2 passing touchdowns, one to Likely and one to Nelson Aguilar. But, yeah, the Texans, it just seemed like they got kind of outplayed there in the second half. First half, super close, 10-10 at halftime, and then the Ravens just kind of pulled away with it.
Yeah, it's like you said, they were just outcoached. But honestly, for the Texans to make it this far was just very impressive.
Yeah, like, going into the season, nobody expected them to even make the playoffs, and then they win their division on the last week of the season. They beat some good teams throughout the year, and then, they get to this point. The divisional round of the playoffs is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, first year head coach DeMeco Ryan, and then CJ Stroud is just, like I said, very impressive. But yeah, Lamar Jackson just took this game over in the second half.
Yeah, it was all Lamar, and like Houston could not run the ball. That Ravens defensive line was way too good, especially in the second half. Devin Singletary only had 9 carries for 22 yards in this game, and then CJ Stroud had 9 yards. But Nico Collins still found a way to have a pretty good game. 5 receptions, 68 yards, and then 5 receptions, 48 yards for Devin Singletary is great. But yeah, this is the end of the road for the Texans.
Yeah, but if you're a Texans fan, man, are you looking forward to next year?
Yeah,
because you get Tank Dell back.
Yep.
Hopefully draft let's see, what do they need? Like some O-line players, maybe.
Yeah, like
snag
probably O-line. Maybe they'll probably focus defense.
Yeah.
Because like their offense wasn't the problem. I think, like we said, like the Ravens' defense is amazing, and they got out coached. But yeah, I'd go for depth late in the later rounds, but up front. Like early in the draft, I'm going all defense.
Yeah. You think they go out and get Jared Verse help out Will Anderson there on the line?
I doubt they go defensive end 2 years in a row in the first round, but I could definitely see for them because like they're gonna pick later in the first round, they could get away with drafting like a top linebacker.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe go get Dallas Turner.
No, he's an edge rusher.
Oh,
I'm talking like a Jack Gamble kind of linebacker. A little middle linebacker.
Because Dallas Turner, he floated between.
Yeah,
he did
bit.
play a lot.
He's
of
like a Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
but let's go ahead and get into the second game from Saturday.
Yeah.
This one was fantastic. It did not disappoint whatsoever. The 49ers take it narrowly, 24-21 over the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers still cannot beat Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur is still Kyle Shanahan's son.
It was just like Jordan Love played a great game until late in the game where he just couldn't convert those crucial downs.
Definitely.
That's really what it came down to. Because, Brock Purdy, everyone was expecting him to have a shit show of a game. Because, late in the season, he just wasn't doing all that.
Yeah.
McCaffrey was taking over. But clean game from Purdy. Only got sacked one time with no picks.
Yeah, and to just like it seems like the theme of the year for like the quarterbacks that have the better performances so far in the playoffs is like throw for like 250, but throw accurately.
Yeah, no turnovers.
Yeah. And like McCaffrey had 17 carries for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he was doing his thing. And then George Kittle. Holy shit. Like they didn't even need Debo. They barely needed Brandon Ayuk. But George Kittle, 4 receptions, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Did Debo leave that game hurt?
I'm pretty sure he left the game.
Because I saw Chris Conley come in that game, and I was just like, what? Like, what world are we that Chris Conley is playing in a postseason matchup?
I couldn't tell you. It's whatever world we're living in, this fucked up place. But, yeah, on Green Bay's side, like, Jordan Love played great up until the end. Obviously, he throws the pick on the final drive. That was super costly.
Horrible.
Yeah.
That's the number one rule as a quarterback.
It was a poorly thrown ball, too.
When you are scrambling to the right, do not throw across your body.
No. It was ridiculous, and that left him with 2 picks in the game, but 194 and 2 touchdowns as well. And Aaron Jones, one hell of a way to end the season. Just the last, 4 games.
5 straight games.
Yeah, 5 straight games, 100+. He had 18 carries, and then Romeo Doubs had a great game, 4 receptions, 83 yards. Jaden Reed did okay, 4 receptions, 35 yards, but it just seemed like nobody else really contributed all that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised because usually they've been using Bo Melton a lot.
Yep.
And for him to get only 1 catch with 1 target is crazy to me.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see Tucker Kraft with 6 targets.
Yeah, and also where's the usage of Dontavian Wicks? He's another guy that's just been like a workhorse for them to get to this position.
Yeah, he was great down the stretch as well. But on the defensive side, Jordan Love didn't get sacked once. That's a huge testament to Green Bay's offensive line because we've seen the defense of the 49ers and with Bosa and Young and Javon Hargrave and just the countless other guys on that defensive line. That's pretty big to not get sacked once. He was certainly getting pressured, and it certainly, he probably should have taken sacks rather than throwing the 2 picks that he did because it was definitely ones where he was getting pressured and he just threw a bad ball. But this was a good game for Jordan Love, but also just a learning experience for him.
Yeah, again, Jordan Love proved a lot of people wrong this year.
Definitely.
Because again, he's playing in the shadow of Aaron Rodgers. Nobody thought he would succeed. Everyone thought he was just going to be a bust.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looks like an NFL-ready quarterback that can compete in the playoffs. So that's what we saw.
Yeah. He looked fantastic. But now the 49ers move on, and are we thinking Super Bowl?
It's gonna be a great game next week. But I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Yep. All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get into their opponent. Buccaneers-Lions, the Lions pulling out real close, 31-23, and once again, the opposing quarterback, the losing quarterback, throws a pick on the final drive of the game. This time, it was Baker Mayfield, and he also had 2 picks in this game, but he had a phenomenal game up until then. 26 for 41, 349, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. He got sacked 4 times, but Detroit's front 7 was coming strong. The problem was they couldn't really run the ball. Rachaad White barely got used. They only ran the ball 15 times. Rachaad White only had 9 carries for 55 yards. He was pretty solid in the receiving game. He had a receiving touchdown. But the real story for the Bucs was Mike Evans. Holy shit. 8 receptions, 147 and a touchdown.
They've been waiting on this for a while because lately it's been Chris Godwin.
Yeah, or Cade Otton.
Yeah.
Cade Otton scored his touchdown, though. Hell yeah, he did.
I know you're happy about
5 receptions, 65 yards. But let's talk about the winning side. Jared Goff having a great one. 30 for 43. is pretty wild for Jared Goff. And then 287, 2 touchdowns, no picks, only got sacked twice and only for 10 yards. And then Jahmyr Gibbs kind of leading the way while David Montgomery kind of struggled in this game. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown. And Craig Reynolds had 1 carry for 1 yard and a touchdown. But very surprised to see David Montgomery have this bad of a game.
Yeah, well, just all around, I'm surprised they only ran the ball between those two 19 times.
Yeah.
Like, Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries for 74 yards is wild. That's a hell of a game.
Yeah.
But I think Jahmyr Gibbs is starting to take over that backfield.
He definitely is. I think he's really earned that spot. Throughout the course of this year, it's been very difficult for him to prove it because David Montgomery's just been so good.
Yeah.
But even in the games where Montgomery kind of struggles, we see Jahmyr Gibbs kind of step up and take over, which he did in this game because he also had 4 receptions for 40 yards. And then Amon-Ra led the team in receiving with 77 yards on 8 receptions and a touchdown, but nobody really standing out in particular in the receiving game. It's just everybody just kind of had a solid day. Sam Laporta, 9 receptions, 65 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, the 4 receptions, 40 yards. Jamison Williams, 2 receptions, 35. Brock Wright, I think he's the backup tight end, 1 reception for 29 yards. Josh Reynolds, 2 receptions for 27 yards and a touchdown. And David Montgomery had 14 receiving yards. Like, these guys were just doing their job. And once again, Dan Campbell just out-coaches another team. He's done such a fantastic job. And also, a lot of it goes to Ben Johnson, their OC, who is undoubtedly going to be a head coach next year.
Oh, absolutely.
But this team has just been phenomenal all the way up to this point. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about how they stack up against the 49ers next week.
I think they're very competitive against the 49ers. Yeah. So I know we give all the praise to the 49ers defense, but the Lions offense just always finds a way to put points up, where recently we've seen the 49ers can struggle to put points up. The biggest question is that Detroit's defense, their secondary has just been very shaky.
Yeah, it's really just Brian Branch right now.
Yeah. So if Purdy can spread the ball out, get everybody involved, I think they'll be successful. But again, if not, then I think Detroit might be heading to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'll have a full preview on Friday's episode for the game, but just initial thoughts, like the Lions offense can keep them in a game with anybody right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm not worried about the offense. Obviously, the defense can be a problem, but they were sending pressure really well on Baker this week, and the Buccaneers have a good offensive line. So, to see them get 4 sacks and 2 picks makes me feel much better about what this Lions defense is capable of going up against the 49ers. Yeah. The thing is that Brock Purdy is 10 times more selective. They're going to run the ball a whole lot more, which is going to mitigate a lot of that turnover potential, which Detroit capitalized on a lot in this game, and it was a big reason why they won. They're not going to get that many chances. So they really have to do it on the offensive side and get some crucial stops on defense to actually slow down this 49ers team, and they're just going to get steamrolled just like everybody else.
Yeah, I think Detroit's aiming for that revenge game against Baltimore from the regular season where they got absolutely slaughtered.
I agree. I think it could be pretty interesting, but kind of my first thoughts, I'm thinking 49ers.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and check in on Bills Chiefs. I don't think it's quite over yet. Pacheco, touchdown. Gotcha. Yeah, pull up that box score real quick. It's 27-24 right now to the Chiefs side.
Tyler Bass must have just hit a field goal.
Yeah.
Damn. Either way, it's a very competitive game.
Very competitive game. Chiefs have the ball right now. What is that, 9 minutes, 31 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 minutes, 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes, 17 for 21, 215, and 2 touchdowns. What? Just say it. Yeah. Pull up the game.
Also, let's just talk about this. We're almost halfway through the fourth quarter. There hasn't been a sack in this game yet.
That's ridiculous. No, we can see it.
Mainly because both of these quarterbacks are just insanely good at extending plays. Yeah. You can just scramble.
Scroll down to the scoring summary. Perfect. So just to go through how the points were scored in this game, considering it's such a close one late, it started off field goals for each team in the first quarter. Buffalo kicked one. Tyler Bass made it. Yo, you scrolled down. You accidentally scrolled down. This kid is struggling.
What a rookie.
It's a good thing that in the second half of this episode, Nathan's the producer. All right. Well, Tyler Bass made a 27-yarder to open up the scoring, and then the Chiefs kick their own field goal, 47-yarder from Harrison Butker to tie it up. Into the second quarter, Josh Allen, automatic from like 5 yards in. Literally, he is just automatic from within 5 yards, rushing the touchdown in, takes the 10-3 lead. Butker comes out, kicks another field goal from 29 out, makes it 10-6 Buffalo. And then the Travis Kelce touchdown for 22 yards. They get the extra point. They go up 13-10. And after that, Josh Allen, once again, within 5 from the 2-yard line, runs one in. Tyler Bass makes the extra point, makes it 17-13. And then the third quarter comes around. Travis Kelce opens it up, I believe, on the first drive. I think it was, the first drive of the third quarter. Travis Kelce comes out, gets the touchdown, his second of the game, really stepping up because we haven't seen that good of performances from Travis Kelce down the stretch.
Yeah.
But huge game for him. That takes the lead 20-17. Khalil Shakir scores a touchdown. He takes the lead 24-20.
Insane throw and insane catch, by the way.
Yes, absolutely ridiculous. After I'd say a missed late hit call.
Yeah.
Josh Allen slid down. Definitely should have gotten the late hit because not only did Nick Bolton hit him from one side, and he was already on the ground, but Nick Bolton hit him, and then Justin Reed hit him. Yeah. It was, I think that was a pretty bad miss.
There's been 2 missed late hit calls because I think second quarter, Richie James was returning a punt, went down, and then literally as he was getting back up, Buffalo player just went right at him.
Yeah, and then the most recent touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco opened up the fourth quarter with a 4-yard rushing touchdown, and they kicked the extra point. Kansas City up 27-24. Let's go back to the box score real quick just to see the stats for everyone. So Josh Allen, he's 20 for 28 for only 144. Been a lot of short passes, a lot of screens to Steph. A lot of passes to Khalil Shakir for pretty short yardage. Couple of like dump offs to James Cook, but he's had a good game. 20 for 28, 144, 1 touchdown, no picks, no sacks, and like Colin said, nobody's been sacked or picked off in this game so far. So we're kind of seeing flawless football right now from Mahomes and Allen, which is what we expect to see in this matchup.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen also has 62 yards on the ground. 10 carries, 2 rushing touchdowns. James Cook with 16 carries has 60 yards. And then Ty Johnson has 7 carries for 40 yards. Did DeMar Hamlin run the ball? Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Hold up.
No shot.
Ethan, try and pull up a video of DeMar Hamlin running the ball, please. Go to like Twitter or something. I'm very interested in this.
That is insane. Imagine he would have got a rushing touchdown.
No way.
You think if he would have got a rushing touchdown?
Dude, if he would have got a rushing touchdown, that's comeback player of the year.
I was about to say, that's Secur's comeback player of the year. Oh, that's...
Ain't no way he got a carry. No. Okay, well, obviously that was not a bet. I'm so confused. There's got to be a video of this man running the ball. I have no clue. I have no idea. Like, where do you... I'm so confused.
Hey, I'm here for it, though.
Oh. Oh, it was a fake punt to DeMar Hamlin.
He didn't get
it. And he didn't even get it. Oh, my God.
They're playing a dangerous game right now.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Putting DeMar Hamlin on special teams is crazy.
Season on the line for the Bills. Let's run a fake with DeMar.
Oh, they literally did that like a minute ago.
Yeah, like 3 minutes ago. But
oh my God. That's wild.
That's
yeah, I
insane.
never would have guessed that would happen.
They were on their side of the field too.
Yeah, ran a fake
That
punt.
might have been the dumbest call.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
might
all
have been
season.
horrible because let's see where the Chiefs are at on the field right now. The Bills got the ball back.
No shot.
I guess it's kind of working out now. We let's see. Yeah, timeout with 8 minutes 23 seconds.
On Buffalo, somebody had to have punt or
I would assume, yeah.
fumbled. That had to be the
You know
case.
what? Let's take a break. All right, the Chiefs win it 27-24, and we've got a special guest on the line. We got a caller from Kansas City. Go ahead.
Hey guys, it's Pat, long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to thank God, my family, my wonderful wife, Brittany. You know, everybody said I couldn't win on the road, but look at me now. You know, I just relied on my guys. You know, Travis went off. All I did was pass to him, and he did his thing. Pacheco just handed it off to him, and he just kept going with that ball like he always does. Thank you guys. I'll probably watch this tomorrow.
Thanks, Pat, for calling in. That was a wonderful victory by you guys. Your sixth straight conference championship appearance for the Chiefs. Colin, how do you feel about just kind of the end of that game?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Bass is a bum.
Yeah, that was tough. He misses the 44-yarder?
44-yard
just popped
field
up on my phone on ESPN. 44-yard field goal attempt into the wind, goes wide right. Just a tough one because he kicked the shit out of it too. And that wind just blew it right back at him.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs just always just scrap their way to a win.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the season, you would think that they wouldn't even make playoffs the way they were playing, but you know they just always find a way, and it's honestly impressive. But I was kind of hoping the Bills were going to pull this one out.
Yeah, I was too. You look at that Bills last drive; they were moving up the field really well. You had Justin Reed just absolutely light up Stephon Diggs, which was just ridiculous. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
But like Dalton Kincaid getting him down the field, James Cook getting him down the field, Josh doing it with his legs. You had the super unfortunate fumble, and then crazy by Kincaid to like stop the ball from getting picked up.
Would have been a scoop and score.
Yeah, would have been a scoop and score for sure. And they keep the ball, and then they try to kick that field goal. Obviously, they miss it, and Kansas City ends up winning the game. But yeah, that was an insane game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this game was hyped up to probably be the game of the week, and I think it definitely delivered.
Oh, for sure. And let's talk about the other stuff. Jason Kelce stealing the show. Holy shit, like chugging beers, shirtless in the suite, jumped out of the suite into the stands to yell at fans of the Bills. Like, that man was stealing the show. He even kind of stole the show from Taylor Swift. I think he started getting more of the attention after a little while.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of Jason Kelce than
Yeah,
Taylor
hopefully he'll be with the Chiefs next week in Baltimore. I'm hoping.
On the line, I think.
Yeah, we might have Jason Kelce on the line next week. Who knows? I will say, even though the Bills lost, I think it's safe to say that Joe Brady has earned his job as the OC.
Oh, absolutely.
He's done a phenomenal job, to this point, and yeah, it really shows. The Bills were in this game all the way through. The defense kind of struggled there, primarily in the second quarter, but even just in the second half, stopping them from getting into the red zone was a big issue, and obviously it ended in a loss. But I feel like the Bills can take a lot of stuff out of this, back half of the season. As soon as Ken Dorsey was out after that Eagles game, they totally turned things around. Joe Brady was awesome, and it got him to this point. A lot of people not thinking they'd get to this point. Looking at halfway through the season, there was a question. Going into week 18, there was a question that they might not even make the playoffs. All of a sudden, they're here in the divisional playoff, and they get so close, and the Chiefs do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point they were 6-6, and then they just won out.
Yeah,
basically, and they had a gauntlet of a schedule to go through.
Definitely, and yeah, the Bills had an impressive season, but the Chiefs move on. Colin, what's your thoughts, Ravens-Chiefs?
Oh, Ravens are blowing them out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Listen, they struggled to stop Josh Allen on the ground. What makes you think they can stop Lamar Jackson?
Don't know, man. It's gonna be It's going to be an interesting one. We'll go through the box score, though. Patrick Mahomes ends the game 17 for 23, 215, 2 touchdowns. Pacheco, 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Kelsey, 5 receptions, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. MVS, 2 receptions on 4 targets for 62 yards. Rashee Rice playing a little bit smaller role this week, 4 receptions, 47 yards. And then Noah Gray, 3 receptions, 16. That's really just about it on the Kansas City side. And then for Buffalo, Allen ends the game with 186 and a touchdown. No picks, no sacks. Once again, how crazy is it that neither of these teams recorded a sack?
That is insane.
No sacks and no picks is absurd. I know we just kind of talked about that, but once again, it's crazy. Dalton Kincaid coming from nowhere, in that final drive for the Bills and leading this team in receiving yards, only with 45, but they were definitely spreading the wealth in the passing game. 5 receptions for him on 5 targets, 9 targets, 7 receptions for Khalil Shakir. Latavius Murray got 4 targets, 3 receptions, but Stephon Diggs was the glaring problem here. They totally went away from the screen passes.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing so well last week, and he has done down the road, where he just simply has not been effective down the field. He was so good at the screen passes. This whole time they're trying to get him on slants. It's just not working. 8 targets for only 3 receptions.
Yeah, I think they were really missing Gabe Davis tonight.
Now it's, you going into the offseason, you think they're going to trade Stephon Diggs?
I think they should.
Yeah. I agree. I think they should go out and draft a wide receiver.
Yeah. That with all of the stacked wide receivers that are in this draft class,
dude,
you can easily.
They're going to pick at 28.
Yeah.
And they could probably get Keon Coleman.
Troy Franklin. There's a lot of wide receivers that they can go out and get.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of guys.
There's a good chance that Stephon just flips to the other team that they played.
There is a good chance. I think the Chiefs are going to be hunting down a wide receiver one. I don't even know if that came through the mic, but yeah. There's we're kind of seeing a decline for Travis Kelce a little bit. His first non 1,000 yard receiving or 1,000 receiving yard season in 8 years, I think.
Well, didn't he still have 900?
Yeah, he still had 900 something, but once again, he's we're seeing a decline. He's not getting all the targets that he used to get. He's getting less targets than some of the years that Tyreek Hill was there.
Yeah.
And obviously we've seen the inconsistencies of guys like Kadarius Toney, who got 0 targets. I don't even know if he saw the game in this saw the field in this game. Yeah, and Mecole Hardman has had a very minimal role. Noah Gray's not great, but Rashee Rice is good. I just don't see him as a wide receiver one.
Not yet.
If you can find your wide receiver one with a guy like Stephon Diggs, I think that works out well.
Yeah. That'll open the gate up for Rashee Rice so much more.
It's definitely going to be interesting. But I think that's going to do it for the NFL, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, then let's kick it to ourselves about 3 hours ago. All right, Colin, let's get into the NFL coaching news. So, first thing, big thing, first team to hire a head coach. The Raiders finally hired Antonio Pierce as their head coach. How are we feeling about it? Do you think it's the right choice?
I think it's a great move, honestly. The way he's just gelled with the team, I don't think there was another guy they could get.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I know they, talked about Harbaugh. They interviewed a couple of guys, but it seemed like from the jump, Antonio Pierce was the guy. And, they didn't even win that many games with him at head coach, but you could tell, the mood was there. It was much better than McDaniel, and obviously all the players were around him. Devontae Adams was, begging for him to get hired. Max Crosby was tweeting, I think, once a day, saying, hire AP. He went, what does that say, 5-4? So he went 5-4 this year as the interim. That's not that bad with what they had to deal with because, you had Aiden O'Connell at quarterback who just is not good enough. I feel like that's fair to say.
Yeah, honestly, but the thing you got to look at is the energy of the team.
Yeah. Through
the roof, everyone was excited to play. And AP, he's the guy that will get players to come to Vegas.
Definitely.
That's I don't think Devontae's going to leave. Everyone's talking about Devontae leaving. I think they get them a solid quarterback, and I think they are honestly competitors in that division.
Yeah, I think, the Devontae Adams situation is interesting because it wouldn't take much for Aaron Rodgers to bring him over to the Jets considering, Aaron is very much healthy, and it looks like it, and he's going to be good to go for like the whole season next year, hopefully. But I don't know. If they've got a decent draft pick, they've got, promising guys. Josh Jacobs probably out the door, but from what we saw from Zamir White there at the end of the season, like, that was good stuff. That's what you want to see out of a backup running back, just really out there to prove his spot. So I like what they have going forward, and I think Antonio Pierce is a good like figurehead for that team. Well, they're picking 13th overall in this draft, so yeah, not in a bad spot. I don't know, like, what route do you think they take? You think they go quarterback?
I think they got to. I mean, they gave Aiden O'Connell all the time in the world to show what he had. He showed decent moments, but he also showed horrific moments.
Yeah, I think another thing they could address is the secondary.
Yeah.
It's definitely declined, over the past couple of years. This says they're going to take J.C. Latham, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. What? Oh, is it? Okay, it's Sports Illustrated. RIP. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
They make bad mock drafts.
J.C. Latham, but also if they want to go secondary, Terry and Arnold. Two Alabama guys that know they can play at the next level.
Yeah, this mock draft's got him going to the Colts at 15. So, yeah, I could definitely see Terry and Arnold going somewhere in that area. I think secondary is a bigger deal. You can always find offensive tackles later in the rounds, but it seems like corners, if you pick them in the first round, a lot of times they're pretty good, except Eli Apple.
Yeah. Try to get Cooper DeJean?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Where does this mock draft have Cooper going? They also could get Kool-Aid.
They have him going late to the Bills.
That is really late. 29?
I think if Cooper's on the board, you got to snag him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't hate Steelers taking Kool-Aid at 20, but I think they're shitting on Cooper a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was one of the best DBs in college football.
Agreed. But, that's besides the point. Let's get into the next couple of things. So, our Falcons have done their second interview with Bill Belichick. First one was on Arthur Blank's yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. This time, I saw a video of Bill Belichick at Chick-fil-A. So, obviously a little bit different. Yeah, let's see this yacht, because I kept seeing pictures. I got to see this thing in action. Holy shit.
What?
Is there like a... Wow. How many floors is that? Is that 5 floors?
Insane. What?
Holy shit. Oh! $15 to $20 million annual running cost?
Yeah. That's besides the fact it's a $180 million yacht.
Yeah. Oh my god, that thing's huge. It's 290 feet in length. Holy shit. Let's get some more info on this thing. It's got a pool on it. Why the fuck you put a pool on a yacht?
Because when you're in the middle of the ocean, you don't go swimming in the middle of the ocean.
Pussy?
Oh, yeah?
I don't like the ocean. I don't get in there.
It's got a
helicopter landing pad, dude. What the hell? Maybe that's what Bill flew in on.
I'll go coach the Falcons. Can they interview me?
Yeah. Arthur, me and Colin are going to do a joint effort. We're going to be co-head coaches. And we require the interview to be on your yacht.
Absolutely. No other way around it.
Yeah. If you do this, I'll shop at Home Depot for the rest of my life. Fuck Lowe's. That thing's slow as hell. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
it said it only goes top speed of 12 knots.
I don't think yachts are supposed to go like super fast.
I thought it would move a little faster.
If I'm on a yacht, I'm not worried about speed.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, look up the fastest boat speed.
Is this a boat show?
We're getting way off the rail. 316 miles an hour?
Yo.
317.6. Ken Warby. I've heard that name. Is that a popular person? Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, besides the point, how are we feeling about Belichick? Because it's starting to trend towards, well, wow, Ken Warby lost himself. That was jarring.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 50-50 on it.
I think the only positive to hiring Bill Belichick, first of all, a winning environment.
Yeah,
that's
track record.
Yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure.
look at it.
But also, every time we win, I get to post the Chandler Jones Bill Belichick song. It's fantastic. You haven't heard this?
No.
Oh my god. I'm about to we need to pull it up and play it in the mic because it's amazing. It's to the tune of Tennessee Whiskey.
You're lying.
No.
How have I never seen it?
Yeah. We need to is it I don't know if the mic can even hear this, but it's
What?
amazing. I'm Brady. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, why can't Chandler Jones
Wait.
actually sing a little bit?
It's so good, dude. Bill Belichick. I think at one point he says, I miss you. Wait, it might be there. Wait. I know that part. Hold on. It's amazing. At some point he says, "Oh, Bill Belichick, I really miss you. I really want to kiss you."
Why can't he actually sing a little bit?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Get this man on the Masked Singer. He'll give Keenan Allen some competition.
Maybe. All right.
we're
The
so
Chandler
off topic
Jones
right
Bill
now, it's
Belichick song.
wild.
Look, okay. That would also, first of all, that would be awesome. I would love to post that video every time we win. But also, Jim Harbaugh is scheduled to have his second interview with the Falcons this week. So it's not just Belichick that's gotten a second interview. Harbaugh is in too. I don't know which one I'd rather have. Obviously, both of them have experience in the NFL. Obviously, Jim now has more experience in college, but he had a good track record in the NFL. He had a good, did a great job with the 49ers, took him to a Super Bowl. But you can't beat the winning mentality of Bill Belichick.
Absolutely.
I'm interested to know what's kind of your opinion between the two.
Yeah, so I'm sort of on the same side with you. Harbaugh, he was great when he was in the NFL, but I feel like he's just a better college coach.
Yeah.
Like, he can handle a college environment better than an NFL environment, where Belichick is just, that's all he's ever done.
Yeah, but then you have to look at the fact that, Jim is definitely looking for an escape route. And he's going to end up with an NFL team this offseason. I don't doubt that at all. But he's kind of escaping the cheating allegations, and he was suspended at the beginning of the year for buying a cheeseburger for a guy.
Yeah.
Obviously that's a minor thing, but when you look at just following the rules, neither of these guys have a good track record.
No.
So, yeah, I think between the two, it seems like, looking into the future for the Falcons, our future's longer than the next 3 years with Bill Belichick. Because I think that's kind of all he's really got in the tank is he wants to get those 15 wins. He wants to get, a comfortable cushion under him with that record. But I think that with Harbaugh, it's like, this guy's got plenty more years to go in coaching. And if it starts off great, it'll stay that way. But to me, with Belichick, if it starts off great, he still might retire.
Yeah.
So I think I'm leaning Harbaugh. If I was just looking at if I thought we were going to be ready to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, I'd say Belichick. But I don't think we're in that position just yet.
Yeah, more of a win now, but we're looking to win, compete now and win later.
I think a team like the Chargers would benefit from a guy like Bill Belichick because they have a ton of great players on this team.
Yeah.
But they just need the coaching. Whereas the Falcons need a little bit of help. They need to continue going, and hopefully it pays off. But our next thing, the Panthers have completed interviews with Bengals OC Brian Callahan, Rams DC Raheem Morris, and Cowboys DC Dan Quinn. Which one do you think fits the best for the Panthers?
I'd probably say Dan Quinn.
Why?
Just sort of, he's that more of a aggressive. I feel like he is the best out of those three that can turn around a team, like we saw with the Falcons.
Yeah.
When he came and we just instantly, because one thing, they have a good defense.
Yeah.
He can turn that defense into great because he's just a great DC. But yeah, he can still move around some offensive pieces and just create a winning environment.
Definitely. I think, obviously the biggest problem has been big games.
Yeah.
When he was with the Falcons, can't win the big games. Obviously, Super Bowl.
I'll
Once
take
again,
Belichick.
I still think we need to, have some kind of 28-3 thing here to humble us. But,
No,
but also the Rams DC Raheem Morris. I believe he spent time with the Falcons. I think he was the interim after Dan Quinn got fired.
Yeah.
So he's actually, I think he's my favorite. I don't hate Brian Callahan from the Bengals. I think he's more just kind of getting in the ring because his name hasn't come up all that much.
Do you think he's ready for a head coach position?
I don't think so. I think I need to see him do a much better job.
Yeah.
With the Bengals, like over a full season. Obviously, they made a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to see a little bit more going forward. I need to see him with other players.
Yeah.
Like he's really just been with Burrow.
He's good with superstars. Let's see how he is with a second-year quarterback, Bryce Young. It's type of
Yeah, but I don't think you want to prove that as a head coach.
Yeah.
Like a head coaching hire. But I need to see him more like, what if T. Higgins leaves this summer? What if Tyler Boyd leaves this summer? Whatever happens to this team, I need to see it change. Okay, so we're recording this early during Buccaneers Lions. The Buccaneers just threw a touchdown to Rashad White, made it 16-17.
About to be 17-17. Hopefully, after a PAT attempt.
He might have jinxed him.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, I think Raheem Morris is the best option. I agree with you that they need to go defensive.
Yeah.
I think that's where the talent is on this team right now. Bring in an OC and a quarterbacks coach that, really want to just get to work with Bryce Young and, start making some moves. They didn't make the extra point, so Colin didn't jinx them. They did. But, I think bring in a defensive-minded head coach when kind of all the talent is over there. J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, that's his name, right, out of Auburn. Those guys I think are the battery of that team. And I think bringing in a defensive-minded head coach, plays to the strengths. But I think obviously the offense needs help, and we'll kind of talk more about that when we go into like draft talk. But they need help, obviously, at the offensive line, which we've kind of talked about in the past. But I think as well, there's just quite a few variables with the Panthers that might make it harder for an offensive-minded head coach.
Absolutely, I agree.
So our next thing, the Chargers. They've completed interviews with the Lions DC Aaron Glenn and the Ravens DC Mike McDonald. I've been a big advocate for Mike McDonald to get a job.
Yeah.
I know
you wanted him to come to the Falcons.
I did. Yeah, because like I said, I wanted to go defensive minded. I think Belichick satisfies that. But yeah, I really like Mike McDonald. He's done a great job with the Ravens. Obviously, they just beat down on the Texans.
Yeah.
And held them to 10 points, which not a lot of people have done this season, other than the Panthers held them to 12. But I think I like Mike McDonald. I like what he's done with the Ravens. Like when you look at that defense on paper, especially like going into the year, like I probably wouldn't have anticipated them being this good, but like he got Jadeveon Clowney to have like a career revitalization, and there's so many guys on that defense. Obviously, Marlon Humphreys is fantastic, and but like a couple of weeks ago or a couple months ago now, you lost Kyle Hamilton, who's amazing. He played great all year, but then you just fill another guy in, and it just keeps working out so well for them.
Yeah.
Like I think Mike McDonald's done a great job of just adjusting that team.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I think Chargers are definitely in that spot where they need help defensively. Like they have superstars on defense, but they just give up so many points. Yeah, their offense has no problem putting up points. So you get a guy like Mike McDonald, and it's a game changer, honestly.
Definitely. And for Aaron Glenn from the Lions, I think it's just kind of it's a short-term thing.
Yeah.
I think he's also one of those guys just trying to put his hat in the ring, trying to get some more interviews over the next couple of years, show that he wants to become a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's kind of early, kind of like what I said for Brian Callahan, where it's like I need to see like a couple of years of really good work. And like for Mike McDonald, we've seen it. He was, a defensive coach for the Ravens for plenty of years. Last year, he was the DC at Michigan. They did a fantastic job. He comes over. He's the DC for the Ravens this year. They do a fantastic job, and now he has a body of work. Aaron Glenn, the Lions only started being good a year ago, and they didn't even make the playoffs. Their defense was a liability. Coming into the season, their defense was a liability, and it wasn't extraordinary this season, but it certainly got it done. They're 12-6, and right now they're in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think Mike McDonald makes the most sense, but I know the Chargers have quite a few more interviews lined up. They just haven't completed them. So you're siding with Mike McDonald there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, let's go ahead and talk some baseball.
Yeah.
MLB offseason news. This one's a big one. Josh Hader signs a 5-year, $95 million deal with the Astros, the highest paid reliever of all time. And I did not have the Astros on my radar at all.
Absolutely not.
I thought for sure it was Rangers, Dodgers. There was a few other teams that have been talked about, but man, Josh Hader, 29 years old, like there's so much upside to a young reliever that is amazing. This guy has led the league in saves multiple times. How many career saves does he have, Nathan? Keep going.
165.
And he had 33 last year. Yeah, he's just ridiculous. A career whip of 0.944 is amazing.
Yeah, and just last year his ERA was 1.2, was that 2.8?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But I just did not see the Astros being buyers.
I didn't either.
Especially for a bullpen. I can see starting pitching,
but
not a bullpen.
Yeah, and I think it's just a matter of
he was out there.
He's out there, but also Hector Neris, who was part of their bullpen, he's a free agent right now. There's a couple of other guys as well that have since left that team, and this gave them the opportunity. And look, they needed help. I think last year we saw one of the weaker Astros teams, as crazy as it sounds, because they were kind of fighting all the way to the end, but it was definitely a weaker Astros team than we've seen prior. Obviously, they were the defending World Series champions going into that playoff, but I think they needed help in the pitching. Obviously, in the starting roles, they went out, they picked up Verlander, or I guess brought him back. Ryan Presley, he's been there for a while. He's fantastic. He gets a lot of saves, especially in the postseason. He has a ton of saves.
Yeah.
But he probably plays the setup role the best. Whereas last season he was kind of forced to be the closer. But he just gives up a few too many runs. He's not your day-to-day flamethrower. He's topping out at 96, whereas Hader is throwing 99, 100.
Ryan Presley is that guy. He's he'll go in, get 2 strikeouts, 1 out from a save, and then boom, game-tying home run. They go to extras or game-winning home run.
Yeah.
He's good, he's effective, but those hiccups are just what kills him from being elite.
Yeah, exactly. But let's get into the next move. I thought this one was super interesting. The Blue Jays signed Cuban right-handed pitcher Yariel Rodriguez to a 4-year, $32 million deal. Believe he came from the KBO or the NPB.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but his name really got put on the map. Yeah, he was in the NPB. His name really got put on the map in the World Baseball Classic. He was phenomenal. Everybody kind of learned his story of he was great. Couldn't, get to America, couldn't defect from Cuba, but because the NPB has the partnerships with the Cuban government to allow players to go play there, it allowed Yariel Rodriguez to have, so far a very good career in the NPB. Primarily doing, I think, long relief was kind of his role. I know in the World Baseball Classic he was mainly an opener. He kind of played the opener role. So he'd pitch, a handful of innings and then get out of the game. But, he's been a great player. He had a 1.15 ERA in 56 games last year. That is phenomenal.
That's
yeah.
I think the Blue Jays got a steal here, honestly.
Yeah, 4 years as well.
32 mil,
Great.
That's...
Yeah, and how old is he? He was born in 1997. So,
he's chilling.
Yeah, he is just fine. 26? 26 years old.
Yeah.
You get 4 years. He'll be 30 at the end of the contract. Hopefully you get, it's not hard to get your money's worth. You only paid $32 million over those 4 years. So
Yeah.
I think they got a steal. I think this guy's going to be great for them.
Yeah, Blue Jays just got to put him in a position to be in ball games.
Yeah, I think
Their offense has got to produce.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is going to be, how they use him. Will they try and turn him into a traditional starter, try to get 6 innings out of him every day, or every 5, or are they going to just kind of put him in the long relief role and he'll come in if a starter leaves early?
Yeah.
I don't know, because he's a guy that I feel like you'd want on the mound as much as you can get him there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if his pitching style suits like a setup man or just like a 1-inning relief guy. Whereas I think, as an opener, he works very well. It's just not a traditional usage in the MLB.
I mean, we'll see come spring training right
Yeah.
around the corner. But I think year 1 you got to put him. You got to put him in the bullpen. Relief.
Yeah, I agree.
Let him get it. Let him get acclimated to the MLB.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest part about them trying to make him a starter would be that could open the door for them to trade off Alek Manoah.
Yeah.
And that would be a big deal. Because you don't want him on your team.
Who wants that guy?
No one. I can assure you of that. But the next move, another reliever, Robert Stevenson, signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with the Angels. I think last season he was with
Tampa.
Yes, he was with
gross.
Tampa. And he's just kind of become a very good player in 2023. A 3.1 ERA isn't the best. Was he a starter or no? He was like a middle relief guy. Yeah, 52 innings pitched, 77 strikeouts, not bad, and a WHIP of 0.879 is amazing. Like that's less than a 1 is already very good, but to be at a 0.89 or a 0.879 over 52 innings pitched is amazing.
Yeah, and really we just see that ERA. He just puts himself in bad positions. He walks a lot. Like he either strikes out or walks, and allows runners to get in scoring position, and gives up a base hit, and then boom, there's your run.
Yeah, because last year his strikeouts per 9 was a 14.1, his walks per 9 a 1.9. So yes, he is walking some guys, but obviously the strikeouts are great. He's got nasty stuff. So I think it's a great move for the Angels. They obviously need everything they can get, and yeah, I think it'll be beneficial to them. But our next move, this one only made sense. The Cardinals signed Matt Carpenter on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
What a career he's had.
Yeah, what an offseason he's had. Got traded to the Braves and then got cut the next week. He's 38 years old. This is probably a retirement season for him.
Absolutely.
And that's why he wanted to return to the Cardinals. This kind of sets up for that pretty well.
Yeah, I mean
the production's gone.
Yeah, he's
so
just
downhill.
not helping any team.
Yeah, I think the last time he played well was like 1 month for the Yankees in 2022.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like I think that's the last time I've seen him do anything. Last year he only hit 5 bombs. And like this is a guy that was always, a power hitter. Only had 33 hits, 5 home runs, and 188 at bats. He had a negative 0.3 WAR for the Padres last season. Like he's obviously declined a lot. His age has certainly caught up to him. But also, I respect the Cardinals going out picking up a guy that is kind of a team legend.
Yeah, I mean, he just gives you that veteran presence for those other teams. But yeah, he's had a great career. I'm happy he's going home.
Yeah, agreed. He could have gone to Texas though. That is home. He's from Galveston. But I do have kind of a question. So with Hader off the board, this reliever market still has some great players. Who do you think's the best option right now? Hector Neris, Aroldis Chapman, David Robertson, Jacob Junis, or Matt Moore?
Oh, dude, I definitely don't think it's Matt Moore.
Fair enough. He was just on the list I saw.
Yeah, I would probably go Hector Neris.
Yeah.
He
had a career year last year. It was fantastic what we saw from him last season, and he played a big role for the Astros, getting to the point that they were at, but I just don't think he was good enough to stay with the Astros. Obviously, we've seen him in Philly quite a bit. He was kind of another case where it was like he's a good closer, but he can't win the big game.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems to be, and the Astros are trying to put themselves in a position to win the big game. So I do agree. He's probably the best choice. I think after that, it's probably David Robertson.
Yeah.
I just don't trust the inconsistencies of Aroldis Chapman.
He gives you the heat, but man, he leaves that fastball right over the middle so many times.
Yeah.
Or he's just wild as can be.
Yeah. Lions scored a touchdown. Jameer Gibbs, 31-yard rushing touchdown, made it 24-17 with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. What do you think about Jacob Junis? Because I'm kind of mixed opinions on him. Nathan, can you pull up his stats from last year? It's Jacob
How old is he?
Junis.
He's young, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I just
No, he's
or
not.
No, I'm thinking of someone completely different.
Let's
Right?
see. Yeah, he's 31 years old.
31? Oh, yeah.
Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Not a fan, as you can tell. I just
Yeah.
don't know. I don't hear his name a lot.
Yeah, like he wasn't bad at all last year. In middle relief. Once again, he gave up some runs, but 40 games, not bad. He wasn't, in the closing role much.
Yeah.
I think, for his career, he hasn't been great. I think he has a chance to be good. But he's definitely not like a needle mover in the bullpen.
Yeah, no. So definitely Hector Neris.
Yeah, definitely
100%.
Hector Neris there. All right. So it looks like Adam Duvall is down to two teams, either a reunion with the Red Sox or he'll be heading to Los Angeles to play for the Angels. Which one do you think is the best option for Adam Duvall?
Best option, probably going Red Sox.
Yeah.
They ship off Verdugo. There's an open spot there in the outfield. He'll hit 10 times better at Fenway than he will in LA.
Agreed. And we got a super small sample size last season because of the injury early in the year, but kind of still turned it into a good year. 21 home runs in 2023, 58 RBIs, an on-base percentage of 303. You kind of right there on par, an OPS at 840 or 834 is great. He had a great batting average at 247 last season, and which for him is great. Obviously, it doesn't pale in comparison to some of his best years with the Braves.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy how he is aged like fine wine. His time with the Reds, like he was to the point where like they sent him down.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, and I think when we got him in a trade, he played in the minors for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have seen it. For his career is a 99 OPS plus, but last season a 119 OPS plus. Like that just shows you the guy is far above average and definitely could bring some value to any team. But yeah, I agree. I think the Red Sox are in a better position to win. As crazy as that sounds, because they don't have a great roster. I just think the Angels are kind of weird. I know that they made changes, like they bring in Ron Washington to be their manager. And they brought in a couple of guys here and there. It just doesn't seem like they've made big moves. Now, if they go out, they get a guy like Snell to be a starting pitcher there. I think that totally changes everything. If you can get a healthy and willing to play baseball Anthony Rendon, a healthy Mike Trout, healthy Adam Duvall if he goes, and then you have Blake Snell to pitch, like that's a big thing.
Yeah,
that is huge.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him going to LA with them getting rid of Renfroe.
Yeah.
Because he went to KC.
Yeah. I think
so there's an open corner spot, DH spot now. I just feel like they're trying to rebuild right now, and they're not looking to win right now.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. But our next thing, the Blue Jays have emerged as the front runner for Jorge Soler, while the Red Sox and D-backs are still in the market for him. To me, I still like the D-backs for Soler. Puts him in a winning situation. Obviously, they just went to the World Series. They need like an actual DH, a guy that's literally just going to go there and play DH, and that's Jorge Soler.
Yeah, because we were talking about J.D. Martinez for a while with Shohei going to L.A., but I still feel like Jorge Soler gives you that more explosive power.
Definitely. Like, he's 31 years old right now. He'll be 32 when the season starts. And last season, 36 homers. He had some hot months for sure. The guy's a two-time World Series winner, a World Series MVP with the Braves. An OPS plus of 128 last season is phenomenal. And to see him getting on base at a 341 on base percentage is fantastic. Like, that's something you don't expect out of a power hitter like Jorge Soler to get on base that much, but he was fantastic.
Yeah, he knows when to shorten his swing and just approach just to get on base.
Yeah.
He's not always trying to go big fly.
Yeah, but he did it 36 times last year. So that's a contribution that would be huge to any playoff team is adding Jorge Soler. And I
Yeah.
just, if he returned to the Marlins, I think it would make 0 sense. But for the Red Sox, I'm not a huge fan of the move just because I don't know if they'll really be in that situation. And then the Blue Jays are so all over the place. Like, what kind of Vlad Guerrero Jr. are we going to get next year? What kind of Bo Bichette are we going to get next year? We have no clue, and I don't expect anything out of that starting rotation.
Yeah, no, I feel like the Blue Jays might be sitting down there toward the bottom of that division for the years to come.
Yeah,
Like,
unless
that
they make
division
they need to make good moves.
That division is so competitive.
Yeah.
It is insane.
It definitely is. Okay, our next thing, the Marlins are willing to listen to offers on Jesus Luzardo and Edward Cabrera.
Cool. Send Cabrera my way.
Look, okay. The name Edward Cabrera sends chills down my spine from fucking MLB The Show. But he's not great. Jesus Luzardo is a very good starting pitcher. And there's a lot of teams that could go out, and he's a lefty, right? So they could go out, they could get a great, oh, God. Yeah, don't show me that. The future stars, Edward Cabrera. What was that? MLB The Show 21? Yeah, it was the nastiest card I think I've ever faced. I think that's fair to say.
You're getting like a 96, 97 mile an hour sinker.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. It was that, and it was
high and inside fastball.
Well, no, I'm talking pitchers, scariest pitchers in MLB The Show the last in recent times.
Oh.
You remember Signature Series Hal Newhouser?
Yeah, you always use them against me.
Yeah. I think I threw a perfect game in ranked.
Yeah.
With Hal Newhouser.
Dude, I'm trying to think of the Marischal. Juan Marischal.
Oh, Juan Marischal?
He
Yeah.
always carved you up, dude.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, look, Jesus Luzardo is obviously the better option here. He started 30 games last season, and though, the win-loss doesn't look great, the ERA at 3.58, not bad. Not bad at all for a starting pitcher, especially putting up 178 innings. He had 208 strikeouts. He's a great strikeout guy. He's improved a lot since he left the Athletics and got to Miami, and I think now it's just a matter of putting him in a position to, get a team behind him to win games. I think that's what he needs because, you can go 5 innings and he could pitch great, but if he's getting no run support, a guy is just naturally going to fall apart on the mound after that.
Yeah, unless you're Jacob deGrom.
True.
I mean, technically he did fall apart.
Yeah.
His body's hurt.
Yeah, but Jacob deGrom is the king of no decisions.
We love it.
But yeah, I think, what teams do you think are in the market right now for, a lefty starting pitcher that isn't Blake Snell?
Dude, it's hard to think of. I feel like the Diamondbacks should honestly get a southpaw.
Yeah, well, they got Eduardo Rodriguez early in the offseason.
Yeah, but Erod's not that great.
He was very good the last 2 years.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather take Jesus Luzardo over Erod.
Fair enough.
Just the upside is there. Erod's getting up there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think the Orioles should definitely be in on him. I know John Means just came back from injury there at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But, adding another great young lefty on this team would be fantastic. And I know they're in the market. They're probably the last team in the market for Dylan Cease at this point.
I don't know who's in the market for Dylan Cease.
I literally think it's just the Orioles. But I think that I think the Orioles would be my choice for Jesus Luzardo just because they have what the Marlins are looking for, which is a future.
What about the Reds?
I don't think they're gonna.
Do they even have a lefty in their starting rotation? I'm trying to think. I do not think so.
I don't know, Nathan. Let's see this list of trade candidates for Dylan Cease. The Orioles.
Number 1.
Yep. Makes sense. The Red Sox.
I don't think so.
Dodgers, of course.
No shot they get Dylan Cease too. Right?
They'd have to give up Bobby Miller.
Yeah.
Yankees, no, since they signed Stroman. Rangers, probably not.
No.
I think the problem is their best young players are ones that they can't get rid of.
Yeah, Evan Carter and Josh Jung.
Yeah, you can't get rid of those guys. You can't get rid of Jonah Heim either.
Yeah.
And then the Padres, no. Definitely not. I think it's literally just the Orioles.
Yeah.
I think they're the Orioles are the only ones with something. They have what other teams want, and it's youth.
Youth
And-
prospects that
yeah.
are MLB ready.
Yeah, I definitely think so. All right, last thing for the MLB. The Cubs are interested in a trade for Emmanuel Clase.
I mean, they need a closer.
They definitely do. He does blow a lot of saves.
Yeah,
I
but he
think
also
people look over that a lot.
last season didn't he lead the league in saves and also lead
he
the
led,
league in blown
I
saves?
believe he led the league in both.
Like
Um,
that is wild.
yeah, he had 44 saves last year, but he was 3-9. How do you lose 9 games as a closer?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that as a good fit.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. Nathan, can you go to the standard pitching, the next one down? Yeah, led the league in saves the last 2 seasons. So, yeah, it's tough. I just don't know what they'd give up, and I don't know what Cleveland's asking for because
Yeah.
they're also in kind of a rebuilding spot right now. The only guy they have outside of Clase is Bieber, and then of course Jose Ramirez, but a brand new manager with Terry Francona retiring. Stephen Vogt is now their manager.
Insane to still
Yeah,
comprehend.
that is crazy. Obviously he won the Mariano Rivera award before for the AL's best reliever. He's a 2-time All-Star. He's pretty young. Can you pull up his age real quick, Nathan? Yeah, 25 years old, and he's a dominant closer in the league. He's still he's 4 years younger than
Hater.
than Hader.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, got a lot of life.
Yeah, I think Clase to the Cubs would be a fantastic move for the Cubs because I think they need to start making some more moves. Obviously, they make the Shota Imanaga signing, they make the Michael Busch trade. Now start getting some more guys. I think at this point Bellinger's waited really long.
He's got to stay, right?
I think he's got to stay. So I think you get Bellinger. I think you trade for Clase. You're already in a better spot.
Yeah.
I do think you need a
Couple more bats.
yeah, maybe the corner infield. Maybe a Reese Hoskins at first base. Would be the move I would think, but outside of that, they look good, man.
Yeah. Because right now, their first baseman is Patrick Wisdom,
I think so.
and they got Nick Madrigal. Yeah, they need bats.
No, it's Nico Horner.
Nico Horner and
Dansby.
Dansby. Isn't Madrigal on that team though?
He might be, but I don't think he's playing. Nathan, can you pull up the Cubs depth chart on?
I swear.
I want to see who their third baseman is.
I think Wisdom might have been playing third.
Maybe. He might be playing in the NPB by now.
Yeah, Madrigal's there. I think Madrigal was playing third, honestly, for
Are
most
you
of last season,
serious?
which is crazy because he has no arm,
Yeah.
but he gets the ball out really quick. So that,
Sure, and he's fast.
yeah.
Uh,
Christopher Morel had a really good.
I love how Christopher Morel is the third string at every single position. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, second base.
Okay, so Patrick Wisdom was their first baseman. Their only first
Yeah,
baseman.
that's bad. I think they have to go out and get Reese Hoskins.
Yeah.
And he's a great fit.
Yeah.
Um,
Because they lost Candelario.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
He went to the Diamondbacks, right?
Reds.
Reds?
Yeah,
Oof.
John McCann.
That's scary.
Reds. Wait, what, Nathan? Is he literally on every single position except first base and catcher? Oh my God, dude, how is Christopher Morel at every single position except first and catcher?
He's that guy. Definition of utility right there.
Yeah, and he's young, very young. Yeah, nobody cares who was born in 1999, Nathan. All right, Colin.
Gives you something to think about.
I think it's time we do this. We have your Alabama intervention.
Oh, no.
It's time for college football news, and we'll start with just the mass exodus out of Tuscaloosa post Nick Saban's retirement. Let's just go through the list.
I guess.
Sophomore wide receiver Isaiah Bond heading to Texas.
Yeah. Honestly, it made sense.
It does,
'Cause-
for sure.
All of Texas's pass catchers went to the draft.
Yeah.
Like
They lose Xavier Worthy. They lose
A.D.
Mitchell.
Jatavian Sanders.
Yep.
Like
It's crazy.
that's their 3 top pass catchers. They need a guy.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond can be that guy.
What is this list?
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
He's just pulling up.
That's bullshit. NIL valuations are bullshit. I'll just say that right now. Yeah, Isaiah Bond is not getting 661,000, and he's definitely not getting less than Julian Sayin. That is outrageous. But nonetheless, Isaiah Bond's fantastic. He was great last year. I don't blame him for leaving because obviously this whole team is kind of in a transition phase, and he doesn't want to fall victim to that.
Yeah.
He's a great player. I think Texas fits him though.
Yeah, I don't blame him for going to a team that knows how to win.
Sorry, what is this, Nathan? Oh, he got a brand new Ford Bronco as soon as he got to Austin.
Bet we won't see a 4th and 31 though in the Austin.
Horns down. Go UCF.
Come on, stop.
Okay.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Why? All right. Linebacker Sean
Skip.
Murphy heading to Florida State.
Skip.
Not the first Sean Murphy on my favorite team. I don't know anything about this guy.
He's young. Saban really recruited him.
Okay.
And I think
is he a redshirt freshman?
I believe so. But with Saban gone, he had no reason to stay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Florida State needs it.
Yeah. Listen,
Gotta replace Kalen DeLoach.
FSU known for extraordinary defense.
Yeah. And
He wants to go
the transfer portal.
Yeah. Especially taking Alabama's players.
Fair enough.
We'll talk about another one later. Maybe a couple later. We'll see.
Maybe. You guys have taken our players too. Jake Coker.
Yeah.
Got you a natty.
Did you? Yeah. What else has he done?
Nothing. Literally nothing. Yeah.
Right.
But not all of the recruits that Florida State's gotten have been post Saban retiring. Like some of them just naturally wanted to come to Florida State instead of playing for Alabama.
It's okay.
Hey man, I'll take it. Even if we're driving them to the collective's house.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And then next, Desmond Ricks to Texas A&M. It's weird.
It is, because A&M's also in a transition phase.
Yeah, but their defense is usually not great.
It's not, but they, the past couple of years they've recruited defense very well, but Jimbo Fisher's gone.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess Mike Elko, defensive head coach, makes sense to be getting defensive guys in there, but for a redshirt freshman, that's a big move to go to Texas A&M. Obviously, he'll have another chance to enter the portal next year if he'd like, but
comes back to Alabama once we win a natty.
That would be hilarious. I don't know. Has anybody done that? Has anybody transferred out, played a season somewhere, and then come back?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I don't think they have, but that would be insane. It'd be like a loan deal in soccer.
Coach is just like, welcome back.
Yeah,
that's it.
That would be insane. And then let's see the next one: redshirt freshman DB Antonio Kite heading to Auburn. That's betrayal at its finest.
Mike was really happy to tell me this.
I'm sure. That one's crazy. So you can't go to Auburn.
He's just gonna get burned by Ryan Williams next year.
I guess. Well, you guys will also be without your tight end.
This hurts.
Sophomore Amari Niblack. Or Niblack?
Niblack.
Yeah, Niblack. He's going to Texas.
Yeah, this hurts.
Yeah. So again, Sark is just...
Again, they're replacing Jatavian Sanders right here.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't blame them.
Exactly.
It's kind of the same deal. Like, I don't blame them for going out and getting these guys because they're such good players. Obviously, they were recruited by Alabama.
Yeah.
And they just want to weigh out Texas and multiple other schools. We'll get to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Are giving them a way out.
Yeah. And going back to Isaiah Bond, I'm really interested to see also him with Amari, how they because they're getting like an actual passing quarterback.
Yeah.
So they're going to get
more
the
volume.
ball a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that was also a big reason they wanted to go.
Yeah, I think it primes both of those guys for breakout seasons.
Yeah.
Which is huge. And then your next one, sophomore safety, Caleb Downs, heading to Ohio State. Also, not the only guy going to Ohio State, but we'll talk about Caleb Downs for now.
This hurts.
Yeah, it was between Ohio State and Georgia.
Yeah, I'm okay with him going to Ohio State rather than going to Georgia.
Yeah,
But man, still, either way, he was like the playmaker last year for our team.
definitely. It's really tough to see that one because I liked watching him play at Alabama too.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is very good. But once again, when you change both coordinators and the head coach, a lot of guys are going to want to head out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the top tier guys because they don't want to wait around and see what happens. They want to go somewhere, play well, go to the draft.
Exactly.
And that's the moves that pretty much all these guys are making. The next one also makes sense. Sophomore offensive tackle Caden Proctor's going to Iowa. It makes sense. Go somewhere where they have literally just been pumping out offensive linemen
Honestly,
for years at Iowa, and
let's
just
see
make
if
the
they can
move.
put points on the board.
Yeah,
With him there.
maybe with the special teams.
Yikes.
No, because Cooper DeJean won't be returning punts, so maybe not. I wonder if this is totally off track. I wonder if Iowa's actually going to fire their OC because he was supposed to average 25 points per game to keep his job.
Yeah, he's got to be gone.
His dad is the head coach,
Yeah.
so I hope Brian Ferentz is fired. They scored 15.43 points per game last year. They only scored 216 points. Oh my God.
That is horrible.
That is really bad.
All right,
Really
give
bad.
me Iowa versus Liberty. Who you taking?
Isn't Liberty's quarterback leaving?
No, like last year's team.
Oh, last year's team?
Last year's team.
Bro, I think it'd just be 0-0.
Final score 3-0.
Maybe.
Game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
Or I guess if you go back last year, 7-0 Cooper DeJean game-winning kick return.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it had to be a punt return.
Yeah, punt return. All right, the next move, though, senior DB Trey Amos to Ole Miss.
Yeah. That hurts.
The kings of the portal.
It's challenging, though, as a senior to transfer.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're going in, you don't know, like, who's there and, like, is he going to
Well, he's going to play for Pete Golding, who
Yeah.
probably is the reason he's there.
Yeah, but he's got to earn a spot. Honestly.
That's true.
Lane's not just going to give him the spot.
No, definitely not. Go ask Spencer Sanders.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's a dangerous game to, like, transfer out senior year,
Yeah.
but it might pay off.
Especially when it's Ole Miss because a lot of their players have been in college football a while. A lot of them new to the team. So everybody's trying to prove it. Everybody's trying to be better than the next guy, which, you know, in general, that's kind of going to happen regardless. But, like, I mean, I think at Ole Miss, it's very competitive to get on the field.
Yeah.
And then once you get there, you've got to prove it or there's the next guy's going to replace you because there's so many experienced players on that team.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. And then I guess we'll just skip to this one. Julian's saying when I made this, he hadn't committed to a team, but freshman quarterback Julian Sayin is heading to Ohio State.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
Yeah.
That one's real tough because honestly, he might start over Will Howard next year.
But it's okay because if Seth McLaughlin is snapping him the ball,
It's a good point. That's a really
we'll
good
see.
point. Yeah, Julian's saying, what was he overall in high school? 6th overall.
Yeah, that's
Coming out of high school, number 1 QB in the class.
that hurts.
That's tough.
He's good.
Oh, what is? Oh no, that says a transfer. Okay, so he was the number 3 QB, number 21 in the nation. What class is he? 2023.
Yeah, I believe
Gotcha.
so. If he's gonna be a freshman in 2024, I feel like he'd have to be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Nonetheless, the next one, he hasn't chosen a team, but he has entered the portal. Freshman cornerback Jameer Grimsley. Tough loss in the secondary. A lot of guys in the secondary leaving. That's
Yeah,
the tough
either
part.
transferring or going to the draft. It's gotta be scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Especially in the SEC where everyone loves to take shots down the field.
Yeah, and who's the DC now? I know they hired one. I don't remember his name.
I couldn't tell you right now.
The Alabama DC.
I couldn't tell you right now.
Nope, he retired.
Yeah, it's not Kevin Steele.
Could have sworn they hired one the other day.
Co-defensive Maurice. I didn't see that.
Maurice Linguist. I could have sworn I saw that they hired one, and I don't remember who it was.
I'm sure we'll think of it later, like as soon as like we get
Yeah,
done here.
I'm sure we will.
I don't know. Listen, I'm all for Kalen DeBoer just bringing in his guys.
Yeah.
He had
I'm
2
down.
1,000 year-
Kane.
Womack.
That's right. Kane Womack,
Yeah.
who was the head coach of South Alabama.
Yes. Okay.
Who I think is a very good DC.
Yeah.
I love that hire.
I'll take that. And DeBoer knows, like, he brought his OC.
Yeah.
He knows how to put up points.
Yeah, Grubb is a very good OC.
Yes.
He interviewed for it last year and turned down the offer
Mm-hmm.
to stay with Kalen DeBoer, and now they both ended up at Alabama together. So I think it worked out for them. But let's kind of get into the guys that you've brought in. It's a short list. Since Saban retired, you have only brought in Washington quarterback Austin Mack and Washington center Parker Brailsford. That's tough.
I think Austin Mack can compete for the job, the starting spot, if I'm being
Really?
honest.
You think he'll compete with Jalen Milroe?
I think so.
Okay.
With Grubbs' play style, they like
Yeah.
to throw the ball.
That's
The
fair.
thing is, we got to get wideouts, like true wideouts right now. We gotta get Ryan Williams back.
Yeah. You need pass catchers 100% because Milroe is just not that good.
No.
At least at throwing the ball, he's good at running. And he's kind of good at running like the option style offense.
Yeah.
But that's not what's going to
Grubbs.
happen. Yeah, that's not Grubb's system.
The only thing that corresponds between Grubbs and Milroe is the deep shots down the field.
Yeah.
That is really the only thing.
Yeah, I agree. Nathan. Nathan just typed Milroe would be a great at a service academy running triple option. Thank you.
Yo, Milroe to KSU?
KSU doesn't run the triple option anymore.
Since when?
Last year.
Oh, that's
It was
crazy.
the first year not doing it.
I didn't go to the game this year.
Me neither. I've never been to a
They're
KSU game.
trash.
I've never been to a KSU sporting event.
Baseball games are lit.
Actually, no, I take that back. I've been to a softball game
I went to
when I was a little kid.
I went to KSU versus Georgia when Georgia was here. The final score was like 16-15.
Nice. They're going to be,
I'm pretty sure KSU football won 2 games this past year.
yeah, they were bad.
And once it was like Lincoln University from California was one of the teams we beat.
Yeah, shout out Hunter Thompson. I'm sure he was helping them out on defense. Yeah, so that's all of the people that have come in, is those 2 guys from Washington.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, I think I saw we ranked like 45th
Yeah.
in like the transfer rankings
Yeah.
and everything like that.
My question to you is, do you think that Alabama fan, like how quickly are Alabama fans going to turn on him?
I hope not quick. Like, but knowing Alabama fans, they're probably if he doesn't make the playoffs, they're gonna be like, this guy's got to go.
Yeah, Nathan, can you pull up that record prediction you had pulled up earlier for Bama?
Listen, he's bringing in his guys. So many people have left. You got to give him time to rebuild this team.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And I think the problem is the fans have this crazy idea that every single year they have to win 11 games or more and whatever. I don't think that's the case anymore.
Listen, we got the 12-team playoff.
Yeah, you also got plenty of rings
Yeah,
that you're sitting on. Like,
we could always use a little.
you
more.
got time. They are a poverty franchise. Thank you, Nathan. But
I hate you.
so the Athletic, their predictions for the SEC, Alabama going 10-2 with wins over Western Kentucky, USF, Wisconsin, Vandy, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Mercer, Oklahoma, Auburn, and they lose to Georgia and at LSU.
I think that's being very generous.
I agree. I think Oklahoma could give you a run for your money,
I think
even without Dylan Gabriel.
I think Auburn's gonna give us a run for our money.
I think Missouri is the really
Well,
team to be scared of.
If
next year.
Brady Cook stays,
True.
because Cody Schrader's gone.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
no, listen.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't even line up. Oh, wait, no. I thought it said wins at Alabama. I saw Arkansas. Yeah, I thought it was Alabama. I was about to lose it.
It's like
About to question the integrity of the Athletic.
I'm
How
honestly-
dare they put this behind a paywall?
I'm honestly scared of week 3 when we have to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. I think you guys will win.
Last time we played Wisconsin was at Mercedes, I'm pretty sure. Like an
Oh, yeah.
opening like kickoff game.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And
What's the order of their schedule?
So it's Western Kentucky.
Okay, so you guys start off 2-0.
Hopefully, USF gave us troubles last year.
Yeah, but that was a fluke. No, it was a
we were trying to
fluke.
figure out who was going to be our quarterback.
It is so tough. You guys played Georgia in the 4th game of the season.
Yeah, you know,
It's in Tuscaloosa, so that gives you a better chance.
You know,
but-
I'm pretty sure every hotel within 40 miles of Bryant-Denny Stadium is sold out.
There's
already.
probably 5. It's in buttfuck nowhere.
It's insane. But
They're gonna be selling Airbnbs and dorm rooms.
it's a good thing I got friends that live there.
Fair enough. You going to that game?
I'm gonna try.
All right, you better be back on Sunday for the podcast.
I'll stream live from the after party.
No.
When we lose.
All right. So, I think you guys beat Wisconsin. I think you lose to Georgia.
Yeah.
So you're 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
At Vandy's a dub. Vandy's still gonna suck. So you're 4-1. I don't know what to think about South Carolina.
I think we're gonna beat them.
I think you're gonna beat South Carolina.
Yeah. South Carolina's kind of a joke.
Now
Tennessee? No.
you go into Neyland Stadium against Nico.
Yeah.
I think you guys get your shit waxed.
I think we give up 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
By Nico.
No, I think Nico's gonna go crazy on your team.
He's gonna show Jalen Milroe how to be a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah. So now you're 5-2, and then you bring Missouri to Tuscaloosa. I think it's a close game. I think you guys win.
I think it's hard to say now. It depends on who is
Yeah.
there for Missouri.
Yep. Agreed.
Because if everybody leaves, I think they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at LSU, you're getting your ass kicked.
If AJ Swan's at quarterback, I don't think so.
Doesn't matter. You
Why-
guys are getting your ass
Tell me
kicked.
why LSU picks up AJ Swan.
SEC experience.
Cool.
Cherokee High School experience.
Mercer.
Mercer's a dub.
Yeah.
At Oklahoma is not easy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
The thing is that I don't even know who their quarterback is next year.
Yeah, I got no idea.
I still think you guys win. And then I think you beat Auburn. So I think you guys lose 3 games.
Okay, so 9-3.
9-3. You could still make the playoff.
Yeah.
Probably not, but you could.
It's going to be tough. Jackson Arnold.
Who the fuck is Jackson Arnold?
Sounds like a cartoon kid.
Yeah, he does sound like a
From
cartoon
Hey
character.
Arnold.
Yeah, it's Arnold. Yeah, let's see that depth chart, please. That's the offensive line. I was really confused for a second.
Yeah, I have no idea
QB.
what's going on.
Oh,
over there.
General Booty. I forgot about him. Forgot he was at Oklahoma.
Yo, if we lose to General Booty.
Yeah, if you guys doing
Fuck
Fortnite
you, dude.
emotes. Okay, well, let's get into other college football news. The NCAA is the NCAA is investigating Florida for the recruitment of former signee Jaden Rashada. Just some backstory. In December of 2022, Rashada rescinded his letter of intent to Florida and flipped to Arizona State after 2 months before that, flipping from Miami to Florida. And then, so they say that this flip happened because of an NIL deal worth $13.8 million that was lined up for him with the Gator Collective, which fell through. And apparently this investigation started in June of 2023. The big thing here is that this is like a big deal.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Gator Collective's not, associated with Florida. It definitely is. It's called the Gator Collective. I don't know who else it'd be associated with, but they're not directly connected. My biggest thing is that, like, the NCAA is trying to make an example out of people right now with NIL. And, like, I get that, there's rules in place. You have to follow the rules. Florida State's the one that got reprimanded and was publicly reprimanded, and it's the worst or the most intense or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Most ridiculous punishment from NIL. But I think that these violations are definitely going to be an issue. The Lions just won the game, right?
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield threw an interception on the final drive.
2 picks for you.
Yeah, minute 33. Damn. Detroit. fuck, Baker. Okay, well, we're going to talk about that. Nonetheless, yeah, I think that this situation, there's got to be some foul play.
Yeah.
Like, you got him to flip from Miami to Florida, and then it's obviously because of $13.8 million, and then it miraculously falls through, and you force this kid to scramble, find another school, and essentially change the route of his career.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, nobody should be getting $13.8 million in college.
No.
Like, what is this? What have we come to?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Unless you're in Fansville. Bro, don't show me Bronny James at the top of this fucking list. Please tell me he ain't at the top. Fuck off. Fuck off. He sucks.
Shadur. Who's third?
That's a $2 million difference.
Yeah, who's third?
Hell yeah.
Makes
That
sense.
makes sense. Livy
Livy
Dunn.
Dunn.
Arch Manning hasn't played a single fucking game.
Now he's played a couple snaps.
How the fuck is Arch Manning making more money than Caleb Williams? It's bullshit.
It's the name.
I don't care.
all the
Caleb
name.
Williams trying to get steak in the Bears.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter makes sense. Evan Stewart? Are you off your fucking rocker?
Fansville, bro.
Sure. Angel Reese. Yeah. For sure.
Doing the Joe Burrow pose.
Drake May.
Trash. Bum.
Bo Nix. He probably made that $1.4 million over the 6 years he was in college. Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, Maserati Marv makes sense.
Penix. Great guy.
Yep. But still, these valuations. Are you fucking out of your mind? Okay, close this shit. He's not committed to Duquesne. First of all, he's playing his first year of varsity basketball this year.
That is fucking hilarious.
Fuck out of here.
That is hilarious.
Hansel Emmanuel's not making 1.2 at Austin P. He's got one arm, which is real. Like, he's a very good player, and considering he doesn't have one of his arms, he's not making 1.2 fucking million. Jordan Travis, sure, yeah, 1.2 makes sense.
Nico's already at 1.1.
Yeah, Nico's already at 1.1. He hasn't played a game. He played a bowl game.
All right, I'm done.
Jared McCain, sick ass TikTok dances. Flo J, good ass rapper. All right, enough of this list. Blake Corum's ass.
Dude, shake my head. Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
All right. Yeah, let's make a hot take. It's stake your claim.
So we are doing that now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What's your
Why
hot
don't you
take?
go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah. I'm still thinking.
Me too.
Yo.
Nathan, do you want to make a hot take? Fair enough. Okay. I'm trying to think. I obviously can't really go NFL.
All right, cool. Alabama at best goes 7-5.
Ain't no fucking way you just said that. You a liar.
No, honestly.
You are a liar. Yeah, Nathan.
No, just say it. They don't want to see you.
Auburn's going to win the Iron Bowl this year.
Auburn winning the Iron Bowl.
In Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
How much
Wow.
did Mike pay you to say that? Can't disclose that information.
Yeah. Was it 13.8 million? Unfortunately, it fell through. Would you like to say Alabama now? All right. What's my take? I'm gonna go baseball since you guys both went college football. I think the Angels are gonna sneak into the playoffs.
I like that.
Yeah, barely,
Look,
barely.
Ron Washington.
I believe in Ron.
First year.
Ron and EY are gonna lead that team to something.
Angels are going to be second in the
Yeah.
league with home runs.
Yeah, Mike Trout's gonna be healthy all year. They're gonna sign Blake Snow.
No errors in the infield.
Nope. Magneto, man, is short. He's gonna play some good ass defense. He's gonna bat like 190.
But have like 20 bombs.
Nah. Fuck no.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
It's a good take.
Well, that is all. Colin, Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fantastic episode. I hope insert winner of Bills Chiefs has a really fun time playing the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I hope the Lions enjoy playing the 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
I think that's going to be a really good game.
And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week. The best way to enjoy their week is for you to subscribe, like, comment, and then go on to the other platforms and follow and rate 5 stars. You can go to Instagram. You can go to the Reddit. You could submit some questions for questions time. Have them in by midday on Thursday so that we make Nathan, or we can stop making Nathan work like a sweatshop worker writing up questions for Reddit. And yeah, I think with that being said, Colin, anything for the people?
No, man. Thanks for having me on. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, then we will catch you guys on Friday. Colin will catch you guys next week. Peace.